What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to talk about the Golden State Warriors and the Rockets game 7 last night, man. It was a good game. I had predicted that the Warriors would win, right? Now, I didn't think that they were going to win the way that they won. I thought that Steph Curry was going to have to ball out. But I also said that the role players for Golden State will really have to step up, right? And that's what they did. They stepped up. Buddy Hield, this dude, man, Buddy Hield shot lights out. And it was a good game. It was a good game, especially for somebody like myself who is who's a Warrior. Well, I don't know if I'm a Warriors fan. Well, for the sake of these playoffs, I'm a Warriors fan because looking at the playoffs, I picked the Warriors to come out of the West. And I know people was looking at me, talk about you crazy. The Warriors not going to get past Houston. They're not going to make it out of the first round, and stuff like that, right? But man, now I was a little bit concerned once the Rockets forced a game 7. Then I was like, man, they they're going the Warriors gotta go to Houston to beat this game 7. And so and a lot of people was like, well, they was afraid too. Is Steph Curry going to give up another 3-1 lead? I think they gave up a 3-1 lead against LeBron James when he was with the Cavaliers. They gave it up then and wound up losing that series, right? But I stuck to my guns and I said, man, it's the Warriors because they got Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green, and their coach Steve Kerr. They just had they've been battle tested. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word, they just been battle tested. And so I was hoping, I wasn't real confident, but I was hoping that would really play a part in it, right? The fact that they was battle tested, and it did. But the Houston Rockets, man, that guy, what's this kid name? Amin Thomas is a beast. He gonna be a beast. He gonna be a beast. I mean, he got moves. He's a very good defender. So he gonna be a beast. I think Amin Thomas played a good game. Van Vliet, for the Rockets, I think he also played a good game. And I thought once the coach for the Rockets, Ime Udoka, made the decision to go big against the Warriors, that they went big in game 5 against the Warriors. And the Warriors eked that one out, right? And he stuck with it in game 6, that big lineup, and that worked for him. So I was like, I see what's coming now. And so, and I guess Steve Kerr and their coaching staff, they also saw, they knew that the Rockets was going to come with that big lineup and punish them. So I was saying going there, I was like, man, the Golden State Warriors have to have an outstanding shooting night in order to punish them for having that big Rockets for having that big lineup in there. And so they did punish him. What's the guy? Oh, Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield hit 3. I mean, he had 9 threes in that game. You know what I mean? So Buddy Hield hit a 3-pointer from I think it was at the end of the first quarter. He hit a 3-pointer, man, from damn near half court. And I was like, yeah, that was a heat check right there. Once he hit that shot right there, I was like, yeah, he is on. He is on. He just played. They needed Buddy Hield to have that type of performance in order for them to win that game, man. Because Houston was ready for him. That big lineup was hurting him. Also, Draymond Green. Some things that I noticed about Draymond Green. Early in the game, Draymond Green made him. He hit their first 5 points, and so I thought that was good for Draymond Green to let them know that we coming in here to take care of business. Y'all not gonna be able to sag off of me and help out if you sag off of me, I'm going to shoot the ball. I'm not going to hesitate. And that's what Draymond Green did. Their first 5 points, Draymond Green hit. One, I think he took one of the guys off the dribble. I don't recall his name, but he took one of the Rockets off the dribble. Then the next play down, they sagged off of Draymond. Draymond hit a 3-pointer, and that's how that's how it was. They went up, I think it was 5-zip at that point, right? So he came out showing that y'all not gonna sag off of me. He counted. And that was good. It was like a chess match. And see, that's what I'm telling people. It's like when you have a veteran team, and then the coach can make adjustments on the side from the sideline, and then the veteran team can go out there and execute your game plan, because nothing that the Houston Rockets did really surprised Golden State. They knew what was coming. So if they knew what was coming, it was just a matter of executing, and that's what they did. They just executed. After the game, Buddy Hield even said that the team had a meeting before the game, like the day before the game, and they just came out, in the meeting. He said was very emotional, and Draymond spoke, and he said that, we got to go out there and we got to give it our all. You know what I mean? We confident in everybody in this room. We know what everybody can do. And that was just the gist of what he said, went on in that room. And he said it was very emotional what went on in that conversation. But again, going back to veteran teams, battle-tested teams, and the guys who have done it before, pass that confidence down to the guys who have not, you know what I mean? Like the guys who are coming along, they gave them that confidence. And then that's why you seen Buddy Hield ball out. You seen I keep getting that redhead kid name wrong, man. I need to write his name down. I think his name oh man, where I write his name down at? But the redhead kid for Golden State, he balled out. He, you know what I mean? And he hit shots when he was open, so he didn't have to force anything, but he took advantage of opportunities when those opportunities was presented to him. And man, yeah, it just was, man, it was a good game. I just thought it was a good game. Now the thing about Steph, I like what Steph Curry did, right? Steph Curry knows that he gonna get a lot of attention throughout the game. So early in the game, he didn't force anything, and there was no need for him to force anything because the Buddy Hield was hot. So he just could wait. He could pick and choose his moments when he just put that dagger in you, right? And so Steph Curry just had to make sure that that there was good spacing on the floor, so everybody had room to operate out there for whatever you do, whether it's Jimmy Butler with the mid-range, he has space. Buddy Hield, he has space. The redhead kid, I can't even pronounce his name, but he had space. He found himself open a few times for some shots. So that was good with what Steph Curry did. Like the first half, Steph Curry mainly played like a point guard position. He was the point guard, to be honest. And what happened was he didn't turn the ball over. You know what I mean? He protected that ball. And I like that. That right there reminds me of the 80s and the 90s. Like when you take care of every possession, like every possession down, you cherish every possession. And that's what Steph Curry did. Like throughout the season, I criticized Steph Curry for like his turnovers and stuff like that. When he tried to dribble too much, or dribble between two defenders and stuff like that. But yesterday in Game 7, he distributed the ball well. He didn't force nothing, and he also protected the ball. And as a team, they they cherish that ball, and that's what winning teams do. They come down, they score either 2 or 3 on their end. They get opportunities every time they touch that ball. You want to make sure you get an opportunity to score. So you can't turn the ball over. And so, man, that really was a good game. Now, what's the kid? Jalen Jalen Green, he didn't really show up big. And I kind of thought, Jalen Green being at home, I thought he was gonna play a little bit better than what he played. But I think, I think Jalen Green, he'll be able to get himself together and come back next season strong. But I didn't think Houston was really ready anyway. You know what I mean? And going up against this is a number 3 in Houston Rockets, they number 3 seed, going up against a number 6 seed, Golden State, who's been there before several times. You know what I mean? So this wasn't their first this wasn't their first rodeo, and they've been there before. So yeah, man, that was a great game. I know they got their work cut out for them. Next series, they're going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, but I think they can beat the Minnesota Timberwolves too. If they play to their strengths, I think they can get the Minnesota Timberwolves too. Now, it won't be a surprise to me if they get past the Minnesota Timberwolves. But that series after that, they're gonna either run into the Denver Nuggets or OKC. And I don't know. I'm gonna look at that series. I don't know who I would want to face. Do I want to face the Joker and or would I want to face OKC? I don't, and you know what? I'm not even gonna look past this series right now, Minnesota. But Minnesota, I think it's not gonna be an easy out, but I do think that Golden State will be able to get past them. So yeah, man, I just thought it was a great game. Especially to beat Houston in Houston's house. To beat the Rockets in their house. I thought that was big. But yeah, that we getting a good brand of basketball in these NBA playoffs, and I like it, and I'm here for it. So that's my take on it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, with that being said, leave a comment, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.